If you paid attention to sports news at all, you probably heard the recent outcry about the racist comments, posts, and treatments. Much of the current uptick and overt racism has come with Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark's entry into the WNBA. Clark, who is white, was the league's most touted player. Coming out of college, the racism toward Clark's competitors started then as Clark and LSU's Angel Reese, who is black.
White girl is successful. White girl more popular. White girl must...
Faced off in NCAA tournaments what both Clark and Reese saw as intense and entirely appropriate competition, and trash talking became promoted on social media by racist fans as Reese's thug behavior. This approach to seeing Clark play against other black players has continued into the WNBA as Clark's presence has grown the league's fan base, creating sellout crowds and record-breaking attendance. Wherever Clark plays, you may wonder how a league that prided itself on its commitment to diversity has ended up here. But as someone who studies intersections between gender, race, and sports, I'm not terribly surprised.
It has been my honor to play for this franchise, to play for these fans. I don't know.
Retired Seattle Storm superstar Sue Bird pointed out recently racism isn't new to the WNBA, but it has become much more blatant and threatening. Birds suggests racists have used Caitlin Clark as a pawn, and that's become a distraction from talking about the great basketball women. Our play what has happened to black players like Aya to the point that she openly talks down on Caitlin Clark. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this WNBA content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
It's noise that I don't really listen to, honestly, because I'm in season. I have other things that we need to worry about than what other people have to say. I have a scout. I have 11 other minds on my team in my locker room that we got to make sure that we're on the same mindset. So I really can't give you the best answer on that because I really don't pay any attention to it. My goal is just to go out there and be the best that I can be for my teammates, both on and off the court, and we're going to go out there and be us.
Las Vegas Aces star Aya Wilson openly downplays Clark's achievements and claims racial bias and favoritism helped the rookie in rapid rise to startup, while A'ja Wilson critiques Caitlin Clark's rise. Her own dominance on the court continues to solidify her legacy as the best women's basketball player in the world, right now shooting 37% from outside, knocks down her 23 over the last 5 games. ASA Wilson's stop at the 2-time defending WNBA champion is a massive frontrunner to win the WNBA MVP award this year and is on pace to finish her career one of the greatest to ever do it. Yet even an icon like Wilson can escape questions about Indiana. What happens when the league's brightest star and its most promising rookie find themselves at the center of a heated debate about talent recognition and the future of women's basketball? Music. Wilson, featured in a Marie CLA article that was released recently, among the topics discussed was the Caitlin Clark effect, which is another way of stating the needle-moving impact on the sport that Clark has brought on the podcast. Wilson made her feelings about it very clear. While the MVP didn't show Clark any disrespect, she clearly revealed she's getting tired of all the having to talk about Caitlin all the time and wouldn't let anyone discredit her or the work that she's done. But Wilson brought up race a couple weeks ago when discussing Clark's newfound fame, suggesting that because she was white, she was getting more attention than a black female player with PA. Furs us as black women. PA reminds me a lot of like, it's say you're not really about me, and she knows how her privilege has gotten her for that point. And also like she's good at basketball, obviously. Like, she understands her privilege, like, pushes her over the top in knock sense, reminds me a lot of you. And I think, and I mean that's a Nord, this isn't surprising since she already said Caitlin Clark was only popular because she's white. First of all, why are you immediately looking at someone based on their race or level of privilege? Why not look at someone's skill set or their character? Everyone has different backgrounds or levels of privilege, but in the end, success has to be earned. Kelsey Plum isn't one of the best players because of her privilege. She's one of the best players because of her level of skill. Did she grow tired of discussing Caitlin overnight? Even as a celebrated star, A'ja Wilson reveals the heartbreaking toll of enduring relentless racial biases, and that many days she hated being herself because of all the racist cruelty hurled her way. A'ja Wilson's honest admission about facing racial bias sparked up a shatterstorm, but it was Sophie Cunningham's fiery response to Wilson's comments about Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers that took the debate to a whole new level, igniting a viral storm online. Sophie Cunningham cries out at WNBA MVP Aya Wilson for racist comments on Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers on a video that went viral. The video surpassed 20 million views on X, formerly Twitter, where it was posted up. In the video, the 2024 WNBA MVP talks to her teammate Kelsey Plum about how white privilege propelled players like Plum and Paige Beckers. They were sitting courtside watching the UConn star take on Caitlin Clark in Iowa, which sparked the racial conversation. Wilson was trying to make the point that Blears reminded her of Plum in a good way, but that's not how it was received by many people who saw the video on social media, including the Caitlin Clark fan account that posted one line in particular looked bad in hindsight, making it seem like Wilson was dismissing the talent of outstanding white players while giving a backhanded compliment to her teammate. What began as A.J. Wilson's misunderstood comparison quickly spiraled into a larger controversy, prompting the WNBA to address player abuse. The WNBA issued its own response on social media, decrying the abuse among players. Yet, when League Commissioner Kathy Angel-Bird had a chance to speak out against racism, she bungled. Her response moving instead into talking about rivalry and financial benefits as debates rage. About Caitlin Clark's impact, Caitlin used one very complimentary word to praise Wilson's game. She admitted that there's been only one WNBA star that outplayed her since the Olympic break, and her name is Wilson. Music, 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 music. While Caitlin Clark acknowledges AIA Wilson's dominance, it's clear that Wilson isn't just a worthy contender. She's rewriting the record books with one of the most impressive seasons the WNBA has ever seen. Yeah, she's pretty incredible, I mean you. Watch her, and it's unguardable. There's nothing anybody can do to stop it. Like, she's just that dominant. Whether it's her mid-range game, she can put it on the floor, she's just so athletic. But also she affects the game on both ends. Like, she's a really good defensive player, great rim protector, just so athletic. And obviously she's been able to shoot the three pretty well this year too. So it's fun to watch. Like I said, like everybody in the league knows you can't guard it. You basically just live with what she's going to do to you every single night. It's just to contain it as best you can. And you know she's going to make some shots that are really tough. And like I said, it's going to be a tall task to contain multiple people. You just hope to contain it the best you can. The Las Vegas Aces center has been enjoying one of the best individual seasons ever witnessed in WNBA history, with a league-leading 27, 3 points, and 11. 9 rebounds per game, not to mention she ranks first in blocks and second in steals. Wilson, a two-time league champion, is coming off a triumphant Olympic campaign in which she helped Team USA clinch a historic 8th straight gold medal. In the 2024 Paris Games, Wilson's dominant play this year has left everyone starstruck, and the Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark used positive words to describe the 6-time All-Star. Clark revealed that Wilson is just unguardable, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. She's just that dominant. Whether it's her mid-range game, she can put it on the floor. She's just so athletic. But also she affects the game on both ends. Nothing but admiration from one future MVP to a soon-to-be 3. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. As the spotlight on Caitlin Clark intensified, Wilson's stance takes an unexpected turn. Defending the rookie she once critiqued, Wilson bizarrely forgot about Caitlin Clark race comments as she defends the WNBA rookie all the way to right. Hey Asia and Brianna Abdeen for Arizona PBS Creighton News. So I'm curious to know how Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese both handled pressure as first All-Star players tonight. Yeah, I feel like they handled it well, just like a lot of rookies would. This is a big moment. This is All-Star break. That means that you're doing something good at the halfway mark. I think they just played their game. They were who they were, and that's all you can ask for. But it's always good when you have rookies in here to just get a taste of the All-Star game and just have fun out there. It's a good fan experience. I'm glad the fans got to see them play on the same team. I know that's a lot of when they're on their separate teams. So I think they did pretty good. I think she's being a rookie in this league. She's taking it day by day. I know it's not easy, a lot of noise going around her on her team, but she's taking it as the best way she can. It's a lot of, it's just a bunch of, I can't even cuss, it's just a bunch of, and I know it gets tired of it. and I know she gets tired of it, but she is who she is, and that's all you can ask for from the rookie. I think the expectations coming in were going to be that anyways. Every number one draft has its expectations. You're probably never going to live up to everyone's expectations, and I think she's understanding that she's going out there and being her, and that's pretty much all you can ask for. So hype, no hype. I think she's just being who she is, and that's all you can ever ask for the Las Vegas Aces. Star was one of the first players to address Clark's rise. Ozzie Wilson hit out at critics for scrutinizing Caitlin Clark's rookie season in the WNBA despite doing so herself just weeks ago, Wilson thinks. That vibe has shifted. The Aces superstar described the previous Caitlin Clark drama as gossipy. Clark, 22, won her first professional game on Friday night, with the Indiana Fever helping relieve some of the pressure put on her from the adoring public and her rivals, including Angel Reese, amidst the rising tension and spotlight on Caitlin Clark. Sophie Cunningham is amazed by her composure under pressure, and now she is making an unexpected offer to the rookie star. Clip 3. Mercury's Sophie was impressed by how Clark has handled the pressure that comes with being one of the most high-profile players in women's basketball and wants to team up with Caitlin Clark in the W as Mercury's future hangs in the balance. Could a dream duo be brewing between Cunningham and Clark? The Phoenix Mercury once dominated the WNBA landscape, now finds itself at a crossroads after a 2024 season that failed to meet expectations. The future is uncertain. Diana Taurasi, the face of the franchise for nearly 2 decades, could be eyeing retirement. One thing is certain: Sophie has shown steady production over the past few years. And while Phoenix grapples with roster uncertainties, Cunningham's recent comments have sparked conversations around the league about a potential future partnership, one with Iowa standout and rising WNBA star Caitlin Clark. Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, dude. Absolutely not. I think that she's a GY. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know.
I think it's a fun time to be a part of the W. I truly believe that. I think the skill and the talent has always been there, but now it's just the viewership. And so I give a big old clap to the rookie class. I think that's a lot to deal with when you're at that age and you have that many eyes on you. But I think they've done a great job in the league as well. I think the physicality and all that they're going to get used to. But I think especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it. And I'm a huge fan, and I never say that. But I think it's fun what she's doing. When it comes to viewership, man, I think a lot of people have a lot to learn about our league, but I think that's a really fun thing. And if you have really anything negative to say about all the viewership and everything that this rookie class is doing, I just think that you're not capitalizing on it and you might be a little jealous. So for me, I'm all for it. I'm about it. I love all this stuff.
Or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. I would love to play with her. One day for real. But is it what? What is that? What's it might not be from you. But what is the I mean it feels? During a recent appearance on Pastor Travis Hearn's podcast, Cunningham was asked a straightforward but loaded question. Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? With a laugh, Cunningham quickly put any doubts to rest as she lavished praises on the rookie. Also, she recently joined Slam magazine for an exclusive interview. Unsurprisingly, she was asked to give her thoughts on Clark's arrival as the WNBA's No. 1 overall pick. Cunningham squashed the narrative that WNBA veterans are being overly physical with Clark out of jealousy. Cunningham's admiration for Clark didn't stop there. She described meeting Clark during the All-Star Weekend, where the two had a chance to connect briefly. Cunningham eyes future partnership with Clark, fueling trade speculation. But Cunningham wasn't just offering compliments for the sake of politeness. She made it clear that she's not just a fan, she's someone who would love to share the court with Clark someday. As the trade rumors spread, Sophie Cunningham's admiration for Caitlin Clark goes beyond words, and her desire to team up with Clark speaks volumes about the rookie's undeniable impact on the league and the fierce competition she brings to the court. Caitlin Clark skillfully dribbled past a Los Angeles Spark defender, paving her way to the rim. With the defender caught napping, she finished, effortlessly showcasing her speed and precision. Music. Caitlin Clark, who has taken the league by storm with her incredible scoring and playmaking ability, has been a transformative figure for the Indiana Fever. Her star continues to rise, And it's no surprise that Cunningham, a player known for her competitive fire, sees Clark as a kindred spirit. That Cunningham 3 never was. Here's the replay. She got shoes, you don't want to count it. Well, I'll get it again, Sophie Cunningham. And not only does she hit it, she's going to make you pay and give. Her for now, Cunningham remains focused on helping the Mercury bounce back from a challenging 2024, but as the off-season progresses, her candid remarks about Clark will undoubtedly fuel speculation about what the future holds, not just for Phoenix, but for the league as a whole. After all, when one of the game's rising stars gets the nod from a veteran like Cunningham, the possibilities are endless as the spotlight on racial issues in the WNBA goes back and forth. It's clear that more needs to be done, but not just by the league, but by the fans themselves, and to create a more inclusive and supportive environment for the players. The WNBA has to do better in defending and protecting its players and being proactive in educating fans. White fans also need to speak out and speak to other white fans about racism, whether it's subtle or overt. Maybe then we can finally start to talk about the development of women's basketball to the NBA standards. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more WNBA updates. See you soon.